It's what I'm looking for to happen when the feds legalize weed.
Mm-hmm. How soon do you think that's going to happen?
I don't know, but there's too much money there for them not to get their cut, and there's too much money for the banks there and processing credit card payments to pay for it. But what I do tell, I was actually consulting for a VC friend of mine who invests in weed issues.
It's a very high risk business.
He only invests in highly regulated states, right, where it's not public license, like limited license states, he calls it.
Okay.
Right? Like, because that's where you have price control, margins are maintained, and you don't have, like in California, it's just a mess.
It's a shit show.
Yeah.
Everyone sells weed here.
Yeah, everyone sells weed here, and the black market is 100 times size the regular market, and the taxes are so high, and the licenses are so easily even that some people would say it's hard to get a license. Relatively speaking, California is the easiest place to get a license. Well, that creates a market that's not favorable to, that is much more favorable to the black market.
100%.
Whereas in limited license states, the weed isn't so prolific, which means the black market doesn't have a big a business to blend into or hide underneath. So you can still have law enforcement, limited licenses, and maintain reasonable price controls.
Yep. You can easily take a significant share of the market in that state.
So when he was asking me what I thought, he asked me the same question, and I said to him, I was like, if it was me, I wouldn't, anybody that I was considering investing in, I would have them apply for global entry. And he said, why would you do that? And I go, because global entry is the most stringent background check that the federal government's going to do on one of its citizens, unless it's a criminal investigation or, you're running for a public office.
Yep.
So if they cannot clear global entry and get global entry, then whenever the Fed licensing does come, they're not going to qualify for it, is a safe bet. So that's the one thing that I would do if I was in your business and investing in cannabis concerns. I would make sure that all the principles and any concern that I was investing in all could have global entry, not because I care about their travel, but because I want to know the level of background check they could clear.
I'm going to assume you don't have global entry.
No, but I have pre-check.
There you go. You got more than me, dude. I don't even have pre-check yet.
No, I applied for it. They say no quick. I apply every 5 years.
Yeah. When's the next time you're going to be able to apply?
4 more years.
There you go. 2029.
Yeah.
You're coming for it.
Well, I figure I'll be more than 10 years off parole by then. I'll be more than 15 years. And so we'll see what happens.
Maybe they'll forgive you. Finally.
I don't know. I mean, they've watched me quite a bit. They know I'm not doing anything, through all my, my story pretty well. Thailand, 100%. Ukraine, like the whole thing, right? Like,
yep.
They've had they've stuck their noses in pretty well into my life. And, I'm not moving anymore. So
yeah, you're doing your thing. Now, another thing that I really wanted to kind of pick your brain about, kind of switching topics a little bit here, is I'm really curious to kind of pick your brain about drug trafficking in general, outside of like what you specifically did. But like today is very different from when you did it. Technology is different. Times are different. If you had to like get back into it, let's say today you said, yo, fuck it. I want to ship a box somewhere, or I want to get a box over here. How would you even start? How would you get the ball rolling?
Well, look, I've thought about it, and
it's got to be tempting.
No, I don't want to go back to prison, bro. I did enough time. I don't, I'm too old for that shit.
You served a long time.
Yeah, I don't. That's not for me anymore.
Yeah,
but I'm not going to say how I would do it because I don't want to give any ideas. But I will say this: that the technology change can be a problem, or it can be an asset, because technology operates based on rules.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's an algorithm running in a background, rather than a cop walking through a room full of packages and picking some out randomly, if there's an algorithm that's picking those packages out randomly, then what you have to do is ship in such a way that you're not going to hit that algorithm.
You have to blend in.
Somehow, some way. Kind of very similar to what we did back then, which was using other existing high volume accounts.
Yeah.
The problem for people starting out is one, I mean, do they have enough money to go to containers or pallets in the beginning? I don't know. Then they have to learn about freight forwarders, and that's always tricky because those are higher risk because you're sharing container space with other people. Then you customs brokers, you got to learn the regulations. You've got to know what products are accepted in what countries. Lots of times people ship shit that's not accepted there. Common mistake I see people make from here sending to the UK, for example. Back then, a common mistake is VCRs. Dude, it's different power over there. And a VCR, when you're shipping it and the cop opens a fucking container full of fucking VCRs, right? Oh, that's easy. Let me pull a couple out and look at it. Now they open a container and fucking see a shit fucking sewer pipe, right? That's going back to some German company to have repairs. That's like, dude, they're not fucking going in there.
Yeah, they don't
right?
want to touch that.
Or you buy a fucking MRI machine hull, right? $100,000 pieces of equipment. And you just have the hull. You have the magnet, which will disrupt the scans, right? This was always an idea of mine. You have the magnet that'll disrupt the scans, and then you've got this hull that you could probably fit, hundreds inside the whole shell and maintain the same weight integrity, right?
Yep.
And it's crated, and it goes in a container. Are the cops going to take apart $1 million machine?
Probably not.
That's going from a medical device place to a medical
Sounds
establishment.
like a great
address?
cover to me.
Yeah, no, they're probably not. So I would think out of the box. The problem is the more out of the box you get, the higher your costs are to start. So what do people have? Oh, I got a pound of weed. Oh, I want to get it to Denmark or Amsterdam or UK or Sweden or wherever, right? Well, 1 pound of weed, how much can you spend shipping and still make a profit? Well, I'm going to get 5 pounds of weed. Okay, how much can you spend shipping and still make a profit? Well, now I'm going to get 10 pounds of weed. Okay, how much can you spend shipping? It's the same question.
Yep.
Right? So you're at small scale, which is where most people start, you're limited by what you can do. At big scale, it doesn't matter if you're spending 10,000 shipping if you've got fucking 2,500 fucking pounds in the container. Who cares? If you're going overseas, $250 a pound, all in is good.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Yeah. If you're obviously higher priced goods, cocaine, same shit. Like people, when we did private jets, a lot of people commented, oh, they didn't pay $200,000, this, that, give people $250,000 and did it. Dude, we're bringing over 1 million pills back that cost us less than fucking 40 cents after you trade cocaine for them.
Yep.
That are at wholesale are worth $5 million. Yeah, we spent $500,000 bringing them back. Yes,
worth.
People don't understand the relative nature of it, right?
Yep. 40 cents a pill. These margins sound absurd.
No, even it was even cheaper because it got even cheaper. But I'm just using that as a round number. But you're sending a $15,000 kilo, you're getting 32,000 pills back.
Sounds great.
Yeah,
32,000
that's
pills
what it was.
is a lot of fucking
Then
pills.
we started trading the kilos for oil. Then we took over the refineries. Then we were doing even better. And then I actually, 2 gay guys out of San Francisco, they wanted to buy, I used to sell 200,000. They wanted to buy 200,000 pills. But they wanted to pay $4, not $5.
Gay guys love ecstasy. Dude.
Oh yeah,
they probably took them all
every night Saturday night. Every night
that was
Saturday
a personal
night for them,
stash,
and they're
dude.
great business too. Yeah, because they have disposable income.
Yep.
Typically, no wife and kids.
Yep.
Every night Saturday night, if you go to the gay parts of town, every fucking place is packed every night, right? Every night's New Year's Eve there, and so great. And they're super respectful, and they're happy. People just treat them with respect of human beings and do straight business with them.
They're good for it.
They wanted to pay $4 a piece. They asked me, hey, is there any way we can do this where we pay $4? And I said, yeah, absolutely. And they said, what is it? And I said, well, you're going to give me the money 2 weeks in advance. And then you're going to pay $4 a piece. So I'd take their $400,000. I'd put $100,000 in my pocket off the rip. I buy 20 keys. I ship it over there. I get 640,000 pills. Bring them back. Say 100,000 of those pills cost my expenses, everything.
Mhm.
So 540,000 pills left. I give them their fucking 200,000 pills,
You've got a
and
bunch
I have
of free bills. Yeah.
350,000 pills left.
You could do whatever the fuck you want with those. That's crazy. Did you have
That
any,
was for
like,
100,000 count. Sorry.
was there ever like a type of person that you would say was just the best to deal with typically? Like gay guys, or like who was like typically the best type of person to deal with?
The best type of people to deal with was in the beginning when you're selling, right? You're like, people are always wanting credit,
Mm-hmm.
right? Credit. Everybody wants credit.
Yep. Of course.
So the first thing is if they bring money for some, then you give them credit for some, right? If those people are consistently paying for more and more, not doing bigger and bigger credit, those are the people that you want. Because you're less, one, they have a better business acumen, and two, they're less susceptible. You're less susceptible to problems because they have cash. When you're fronting it to somebody that's got no fucking money and is counting on the transaction to make their money and to
You can
pay
fall out
you
from
and
under
can't
them
cover,
at any moment.
yeah, anything
Yeah.
can happen. If you see people are paying a higher and higher, their scale might be going up and they might still be taking credit, but you can tell they're bringing back some of their profit every time.
Yep.
Besides paying you what they owe you.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the people you want to feed.
Interesting. Was there anyone that comes to mind that was really good at that? Like, did you have one, like, who's your favorite customer?
Yeah, drag queen out of Miami, and two gay guys out of San Francisco. They were ended
Dude, the
up being my two
LGBTs
best
are good
customers.
at fucking hustling, I guess.
Yeah,
They get it done.
yeah, yeah. The drag queen, he was great too. I mean, they were both great. Actually, all three of them. It was two guys up in San Francisco, and they all got away.
So let's say, hypothetically, I wanted to become a drug trafficker. I was like, fuck it. I'm going Louis Ziskin. What do you think I should choose as a drug? Do you think ecstasy is
I don't know.
still
What's
good,
your
or-
risk tolerance?
Let's say I don't have a
Every
ceiling.
drug has a different sentence attached to it. Like weed is not a big deal anymore,
Mhm.
right? Like cocaine, it's not looking good if you get caught. Ice, even worse.
Yep.
Rock cocaine, even worse. Fentanyl,
Done for.
yeah, done for.
Done for.
Right? But it's no different. So how, any business you want to start is
Mhm.
basically the same question. How much capital do you have to start the business with, and what is your risk tolerance? So I think the advice would be the same in the drug world or the legitimate world or anything in between. Right? What is it that you're looking to do? Right? Is your thing that you want to make recurring revenue that covers your lifestyle expense? Is your thing that you need to make $3 million because you've got debt that you have to get out of?
Mhm.
Or is your thing, hey, I've already got money, I want my money to work for me, right? Then you determine what your risk, that's what your risk tolerance is going to be determined by. And
Yep.
then you move forward, right? Are you going to invest in Bitcoin, which has high swings and high volatility? I think it's a great investment if you can close your eyes for 5 years. I don't
For
think
sure.
there's anything
Yep.
else that's going to come even close to it.
There's no type of day trading Bitcoin. Like, honestly, you need to buy it and forget.
But do you have only 25,000 and you have a $12,000 a month nut, and that's all you're concerned with because you have kids and you don't want to take any chances? Then I'd tell you to go get a fucking Subway.
Damn, Subways are cheap, huh?
Well, I think that's the franchise cost. I don't know what it
Yeah.
is to open it, right? But
Yeah.
you could finance it, right? You can finance the opening once you have the franchise thing because they're known to make. I don't know if it's still true. This was several years ago. I read it, but you can look at these franchise numbers and know which ones make what, and pick one in a location where you find, do your research about location and demographics and what location and demographics work for the highest selling stores in that franchise, and try to duplicate that as much as you can.
Yep.
And then move forward. And, if you want to, hey, if you want money just to make money with very low labor associated with it, then
Mhm.
I would become a hard money lender. I'd lend money to developers who are building
Interesting.
real estate, because your money's secure, because you have the real estate as security, right?
Mhm.
And you're getting higher interest rates, 13, 15, 18%, and 3-4 points, 8 points. I've heard some of it goes up to. So I think that's a good one, and the
Yep.
only work you've really got to do is if a deal goes upside down, you foreclose on the property, maybe have somebody finish it, but at least your money's secure and it's growing at a rate that beats the market.
Yep. So, I mean, once you're so deep involved in this, let's say one day, I come home and my girl's nagging me and she's like, you should retire from this. We have a kid. You should retire. How do you ever do that?
So I went through that. My ex-fiance, Kristen Williams, when we were rolling, was like, hey, we got $1 million. Let's go. It's done. And I was so into the fucking whole thing. I wasn't hearing that. That's the psychological issue, or the mental health issue, or the gambler's dilemma, or whatever you want to call it, right?
Yeah.
Like, did you have a clear set goal that you were going to get out at X amount of dollars? And once you get there, can you really, like, hey, I'm up 100 grand. There's no reason why I'm not going to be up 150. I'm not going to get up from the table and take this 100 grand. I'm going to keep letting the dealer turn the cards over.
Yep.
Sooner or later, you end up at zero.
But as long as you're winning, you're not stopping that shit.
Yeah.
Gravy train's flowing. Yep.
That's why they can build casinos in recessions and none of them go bankrupt.
Yep. I mean, casino seems like an interesting way to spend your drug money. There's probably a lot of people that do that now.
I think casinos are good, especially European casinos, South American casinos, for laundry, right? Because they don't care where your cash comes from, but then you go in there and if you're disciplined, like I did this in London, right? Like I'd go in and they give you chips. And then when you get the money back, it comes in bank wrap plastic. When you cash your chips in, it comes in bank wrap plastic, 50-pound notes, bank wrapped with the plastic, sealed, everything. And then in the beginning, before we were trading for the oil, and we were just getting cash for the Coke, that's how we'd transport them. And if you got fucking caught, it says casino on it. It says, like, it comes from the bank. Like, it's, like if you get stopped in the airport in Amsterdam, it's fucking clean money.
Yeah.
Even bringing it back here to the States, it was clean. Where'd you get it? Oh, I went at the casino. Now you're fucking, you're paying taxes on it. You're filling out the form so it doesn't get seized. Because even if it's clean and you didn't fill out the form,
it's gone.
They can take it.
They're withholding
right?
it.
Yeah. You could fight to get it back probably because it's clean. But as long as you declare it, and when they look at it, they say, yeah, who are they to say you didn't?
Yep.
Came from the casino. Who are you they're going to say, oh, but you cashed in this much and you brought this much. You brought this much out. Yeah, I lost mine and my friend loaned me some chips and then I won his. That's how come I ended up with this cash.
I mean, they've got to get suspicious.
So there's actually no income because I had to pay my friend back the $300 in chips that he loaned me, and I'd lost that much that I cashed in of my own $5,000, and I won this $5,000 with my friend's 300 chips that he loaned me. I paid him back, so now I'm even. There's no tax liability, and it's clean money. Fuck off.
They've got to get suspicious pretty quick if you're doing a lot
of
that.
Well, if you get caught a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
That's the thing. If you use the same, again, like we were talking about earlier, different accounts, different methods. The more methods of operation that you have, the more diversified your trail is, the more diversified your risk is.
Yep.
In anything. Even if you have a store and you're selling fucking widgets, you want more than one customer.
100%.
If you only have one customer, your business is at risk of that customer.
Fucked. Yeah.
If you have a Subway, you want to sell to more than one person.
Mm-hmm. I want 100 hungry motherfuckers out
there. You want your regulars and you want transient traffic and you want, you want as many as you can get. It's
everybody like come inside my Subway.
The safer your business is, the more your risk is diversified.
For sure. So let's say, totally different type of risk. Let's say all of a sudden someone that's, on my team gets busted. Whether it's the guy in Singapore who I'm shipping my stuff to, or the guy who I've been sending Bitcoin to get whatever from him. What do I do to protect myself?
Depends. Did the guy in Singapore get busted in Singapore?
Let's go with that guy in Singapore.
And he
got
knows
busted.
you, but does he have evidence, your fingerprints on drug bags or shit? Do you have a shipment that's in the air while this happens?
Let's say,
or
all
on
right,
the
I'm going to play
water?
a scenario out. So I shipped him a container full of ice, it was in, I don't know, however I concealed it, kind of irrelevant to the story. But either way, it gets to Singapore, and once it gets to the port, they seize it there. They open the box, they're like, holy shit, look at where it came from. Let's say my guys, like, people were there, whoever's there to pick it up, they got busted with it. It's fucked, I realized pretty quickly, oh shit, he's getting arrested. They're going to ask him some questions. What do I do to protect myself in the
You
case
should
that
have protected yourself before. Like I told you, they're going to come to the company that shipped it, right? The wood flooring place. They're going to come there. If you would have done what I said before and created a buffer for them by having a company X truck deliver the stuff instead of packing it there at their warehouse, then you got to go to that person and tell them, hey, they're going to come and da-da-da. And remember, you got it from the supplier. Push them off there. That's it. And remember, your guys in the yard who don't know anything about this saw those supply trucks come, and we've never packed anything in your warehouse, so nobody here is ever going to testify against us. And you had it packed off-site so that all the workers there thought it was the same normal stuff. So your story is going to hold. Just stick with it. Now you're protected.
Interesting. So let's say
when they come to you, they don't ever get to you because
of that layer of
because they're
protection.
going to Company X now. They missed you in the middle.
And Company X still isn't. They don't
know anything.
Yeah, they don't know who the hell
they don't know anything. But
they're like, what?
They're gonna have there's gonna be no evidence on them, so they're gonna be fine too. But the cops are gonna be suspicious of them for the longest.
For sure. So let's say I do that all perfectly. My partner in Singapore gets busted. I'm in some trouble, but I'm not going to get caught because I protected myself perfectly. Is it time for me to just tap out, or should I try to find a new partner, or what do you think?
Well, you should have never gotten in the first place. But if you were in, then yes, that would be time to tap out, or at least find a new country to operate in.
It's too hot in that country.
Because your company, your shipping line is dead. So you need to start over from scratch.
Yep.
Because even once this guy gets off the hook, that, they're going to, Singapore or Indonesia, they're going to put that in Interpol. That information is going to be there, and everything that company ships for the next however long
it's getting searched forever. Yeah. They're cooked forever. Is there any
So you
countries?
need to start over. Now, if you need to start over, you need to know what country you're sending to, what products go there frequently, and then, start over.
You got to go all the way back to step one and do your research again.
Yeah.
Is there any countries that you would just totally avoid no matter what?
I avoid drug trafficking in all countries.
Okay, yes, but I'm saying, like, as let's say in my case, I'm a drug trafficker in this scenario. Is there any countries I should avoid totally?
First I'd have to tell you.
We're doing business in.
First, I'd have to tell you, if we were friends, 99% of this shit ends up bad.
Yep.
And you shouldn't do it.
That's what it seems like.
And people always talk about the money and the girls or the boys, whatever your taste is, and the jewelry. And there's plenty of gay drug traffickers.
Yep. Hell
both
yeah.
Male and female. And they all talk about that, right? But what people don't talk about is there's not very many Meyer Lansky success stories. Beat every case and died of old age. You can die on the street. You can be maimed. Even worse, you could be maimed on the street. You could have life-changing violence visited upon you through no fault of your own, just because somebody else made you Company X.
Yep.
Right? Like legs, limbs, whatever, eyes, like horrible things can happen besides prison, that prison would seem good compared to. And then ultimately